Hey guys, welcome back to episode 9 of my Out of the Park Baseball 22 playthrough with the Detroit Tigers. It is September 1st. I've simmed ahead a month since we last spoke. We are 75 and 54, 6.5 games up in the AL Central. We are, I'd say, probably a good year or two ahead of schedule here. I would say probably closer to 2 years ahead of schedule. But I'll take it. So 75 and 54, 6.5 games up. We'll take a quick look at the stats. I don't want to go through stats now and then go through them again in a month. So we'll take a quick look at stats, and we'll just move forward. So got a couple hitters having some good seasons. Buxton is having a very, very good year for us. I'm glad we didn't move him. 4.2 WAR, playing great defense. 24 home runs. Spencer Torkelson, 27 and 79. He's got his average at 260. And if he can keep it around there, he will be a very valuable player for us. Versus the 233 he hit a year ago. He's on pace for 4.5 WAR. Parker Meadows having a nice, really first full season for us. 360 on base percentage. 3.7 WAR. Team leading, or I guess he's second on the team in walks with 61, so he's done nice. So those three players are really kind of going above and beyond. Christian Arroyo and Carson Kelly are two players who I really didn't expect to have the kind of years that they're having. Christian Arroyo started off really, really rough in April. He hit just 206, but since then 284, 322, 329, and then he hit 367 in August. So he's been hitting about 335, 340 over the last 3 months. Carson Kelly, who we brought in last season to split time with Ali Sanchez, has really provided some pop, putting up almost a 900 OPS, almost 3 WAR, in really only half a season. So he's been great. Austin Riley's been pretty good, providing some pop for us in the middle of the lineup. Xander Bogaerts has struggled since coming over from the Red Sox. It's gotten a little better this month, but still not great. 232, 291, 362, good for a 653 OPS. He's been playing above average defense since he came over, so we got that going for us. Michael Brantley's been fine. You know, he's a professional hitter, as they say. He's been injured, but again, if you're going to pay for Michael Brantley, that's what you're going to get, is some injuries. Ali Sanchez done a nice job. Colton Welker's provided some power as well. 298, almost a 900 on OPS. Maikel Franco has hit about 250 since coming over. So, and then pitching wise, a lot of solid performances. Casey Mize is has had a weird season. He's 3-10. But he's got a 4.84 ERA, a FIP closer to 4. He's only been slightly below average ERA plus. He's not giving up a lot of home runs. He's not walking a lot of batters. He's not even really giving up a lot of hits. He's given up 144 hits on 141 innings. He's only walked 35. He's second on the team in strikeouts. He leads the team in innings pitched. It's been just a weird season. Our other starters, Skubal, Paxton, Ray, and Mahoney. Robbie Ray's been really good since coming over. 2-1 with a 3.55 ERA, 38 innings pitched. He struck out 54, giving up about 2 home runs every 9 innings, but striking out nearly 13 batters every 9 innings. Tariq Skubal has had a breakout season, currently 12-4 with a 3.19 ERA. Opponents are only hitting 221 against him, striking out nearly 11 per 9. Almost a 4-1 walk to strikeout ratio, so he's been real good. James Paxton's been real good. Sort of settled into that low 4s ERA, which is fine. And then Cleonel Perez in a swing role. We talked about him at the end of the last episode. Has been very, very good. And then Colton Mahoney has come on and done a decent job for us as well. 2-2 with a 3.58 ERA. He's been good. So that's kind of where we are. What else do I want to look at? Oops, I didn't want to go there. I think that's about it, really, before we get simming. Elijah Green is in A-ball now. Still not really hitting, but he's only 19, so I'm not worried about it. Zarate is still in the International Complex. And Marcelo Meyer we called up to AAA, and he's still not hitting. So it's starting to become a bit of a concern since he's penciled in to be our starting shortstop next year. We'll have to see how that goes. Anything else we want to? Not really. So we're just going to go ahead and start simming here. So let's Let's look at our. Let's go ahead and let's just sim ahead a week. Well, it's Friday, so we'll sim ahead to Sunday. Play a couple of games here. So we lose to the Orioles. And we beat the Orioles, okay? So we lose 2 out of 3. We are 5.5 games up. Let's just keep going here. Christian Arroyo now 3rd in the American League in batting. Look at that. 76 and 56 as we beat Houston 9-1. We lose 6-4. We win 6-3, so we take 2 out of 3. Then we lose to the Cubs. And we lose to the Cubs. All right, so bit of a rough patch here, but I think we're, 4.5 up? 4 games up on Cleveland. Still in good shape to make the playoffs. 1-0 losses are tough. Who pitched? Robbie Ray. Okay. Bogart's got his average up to 243 for us. All right, let's sim ahead to next week. Can we win this game on Sunday? 78 and 59 currently. We do. We win 10-0. I don't look at a lot of the box scores, but let's look at this one. Hanser Alberto goes 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Colton Welker had 3 hits. Arroyo had 3 hits. Parker Meadows 2 for 6 with 4 runs knocked in. Alberto had 2 doubles. Brantley hit his 10th. Casey Mize improves to 5-10 on the season. Excellent. So that's 138 games. So we got 25 games left or something. Let's keep going. We win. Tariq Skubal out for 4 weeks. That's going to put him out for the rest of the regular season. That's a bit of an issue. Let's call up a pitcher. Let's call up Joey Cantillo and put we're going to put Perez in the starting lineup or in the starting rotation. All right, so I'm going to sim ahead to the end of September because we still have a week once we get through September. So I'll go to September 1st, and then we will go day by day and make sure we make the playoffs. So I will be back at the beginning of October. All right, we're back on October 1st. Lots of injuries in September, and that hurt. Matt Manning came back for 1 game, pitched a third of an inning in that 1 game, and went down with another injury. So I have a feeling that's what we're going to get out of Matt Manning, so he probably isn't long for this team. I do feel, and I never complain about this stuff, it's just part of the game, but too many pitcher injuries in out of the park baseball. Just too many. Too many pitchers with bone chips and torn labrums and Tommy John surgery. Just too many. It happens far too often. Injuries to position players doesn't happen nearly as often. I had a playthrough that I was doing offline where I had my entire starting rotation on the DL with some shoulder or elbow injuries. So some sort of pitcher. I wish there was a slider that allowed you to adjust injuries for position players and for pitchers because there are just too many pitcher injuries in this game. Too many. All right, I'm done. So Skubal also suffered a setback, so he's out for another 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully we get him back for the postseason. Player development. Anything mind-blowing here? Not really. A couple players got a little better. A couple players got a little bit worse. Will Sanders getting better. Chance Mako getting a little better. Cool. Batter of the month. Jarren Duran for the Red Sox. He was somebody I was trying to pick up this season and just couldn't pry him away. And look at that season. That's quite a year. Wow. AL Pitcher of the Month, Jameson Taillon. Rookie of the Month, Yaro Solis for the Mariners. Taisuke Yamaoka for the Cardinals wins the NL Rookie of the Month. Aaron Nola, Pitcher of the Month, and Cody Bellinger wins the Batter of the Month in the National League. So, all right, this race has gotten tight. We are 2 games up on the Cleveland Indians here with 8 left to play, and we play them in 3 games. We play them for 3 games here coming up in the not too distant future. So let's sim these one game at a time. We got to play this game against Minnesota first. So let's go to team schedule. And how does the game on the first go? We win 8-2. Big win there against the Twinkies on October 1st. All right, so here we go. 3-game series at Cleveland. We win 8-2. Huge win. Huge win. Cleonel Perez picks up the win, going 5 innings. Sam Delaplane, 3 perfect innings. Jimmy Lambert pitches a scoreless 9th. Byron Buxton hits his 34th home run of the season. All right, let's go to game 2. We win 5-3, so I think we've clinched the American League Central. That game, Torkelson hits a home run, Welker hits a home run, Robbie Ray goes 4 1/3. Good bullpen work from Crow, Lang, and Pop. Can we sweep the Indians? We can. We win 9-6. 5-run 8th inning for the Tigers to move us to 92-67. Michael Brantley, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Ali Sanchez had a hit. Brantley hit 2 home runs. And Paxton had a rough game. 10 hits and 3 2/3, but the bullpen picked him up again. So our bullpen doing yeoman's work, as they say. So let's just go ahead and sim through the end of the season. We'll look at stats, and then we'll get on to the postseason. So we lose to the White Sox. And we lose to the White Sox. So we drop our final 3 games of the season to finish the year 92-70. So let's start with, let's look here. Elijah Green looks like he started to hit. Yeah, started to hit a little bit towards the end of the season. Not bad. Excellent. All right. So I guess let's start with our pitching staff. It was a weird season. Cleonel Perez finishes with the highest WAR, 2.1 WAR. Goes 6-5, 3 saves, 18 holds. He started 8 games, struck out 115 in 95 innings. He was really good for us. A 1.66 ERA plus. Casey Mize finishes 5-11 with a 4.72, 4.28 FIP. Tied for the team lead in WAR. James Paxton really kind of fell off a cliff the last couple months of the season. Gave up 30 home runs in 166 innings, struck out 185, but pitched a full season. Didn't pitch a lot. That's about 5 innings a start, but pitched, made 34 starts. Will Vest was quite good, 110 strikeouts in 86 innings. Colt Mahoney came over and was 4-4 with a 3.79 ERA for us. Did a nice job, was fine, didn't get hurt and pitched a lot of innings, and that's what you want out of your starters. Zach Pop with 34 saves, ERA was a bit high, but again, a FIP that was almost a run and a half lower. So Alex Lang, 78 strikeouts in 49 innings, back-to-back good seasons for him. Jimmy Lambert spent some time injured, but finished 7-2. Junior Fernandez had a nice season for us in a setup role, 12 holds, 6 saves. Robbie Ray was 8-9 with a 3.78. For us, he was 3-3 with a 4.53. Struck out a lot of batters, struck out even 200 batters in 147 innings. Delaplane was the only pitcher who had a sub-zero WAR. He was a negative .6 WAR, but that's a little strange. I mean, I guess he gave up a lot of home runs, 14 home runs in 56 innings, which is a little high considering the movement, but it's okay. So that's our pitching staff. Offensively, things looked much better. Byron Buxton finishes with a 5.7 WAR season, 34 home runs, 90 runs knocked in. And played, I'm assuming, stellar defense as well. Yep, played fantastic defense. Parker Meadows, same deal, stellar defense in right field. So So our top two outfielders put up a 9.8 WAR between the two of them. Christian Arroyo, just an absolutely fantastic season at second base for us. You couldn't ask for anything more. 856 OPS, 129 OPS plus, 4 WAR, 19 home runs, 79 knocked in, team leading 36 doubles. That was a fantastic trade for us. Spencer Torkelson ended up hitting 260, 34 home runs, 105 RBIs, doubled his WAR from last season. So solid improvement from Torque. Carson Kelly, average dipped below 300, but I'll take that. 13 home runs, 45 RBIs, 32 extra base hits, and 84 starts, 847 OPS, 3 WAR. He was terrific. Xander Bogaerts, 240, 301, 380 with us. Wasn't very good. Slightly below average defense. So that trade didn't really work out, but we're going to the postseason, and Xander tends to play pretty well in the postseason, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Michael Brantley had a good year with us. It'll probably be his only season with us, but 15 home runs, 58 RBIs, 117 games, was hurt for part of the season. Austin Riley provided some pop and some good defense. The average was a little light, but still put up a 757 OPS, and I think he was below average at third too, so it wasn't very good. Third baseman Colton Welker, a good offensive season, 882 OPS in part-time play. How did he do defensively? He was below average at both first and third. Ali Sanchez, 1.5 WAR, 24 extra base, 24 doubles for Ali Sanchez. Really nice. It's what you expect out of Ali Sanchez, along with great defense. Maikel Franco, average was up. I mean, he did okay. 6 home runs, 26 RBIs, 773 OPS after getting him from Seattle at the trade deadline. I'll take it. It's fine. Hanser Alberto hit 277 with 14 runs knocked in 97 plate appearances for us. 11 extra base hits in 97 plate appearances. I think it's pretty good. Plays multiple positions, so that was useful. Nico Goodrum, he played pretty good defense, I think, at multiple positions. Yeah, he really did. With the exception of right field, he was above average pretty much everywhere, but just can't hit, and that's just rough. A 664 OPS. And then Bryson Brigman didn't play much once we picked up Bogaerts, but he was a good addition at the beginning of the year. So that's kind of where we stand. Let's take a look at the standings. So the Blue Jays win the East, 90-72. We win the Central at 92-70, and the Angels win the West at 96-66. Looks like the Mariners and the Indians are going to be playing for that second wild card spot. And the National League, Phillies win the East, the Reds win the Central, and the Dodgers go 115-47. That's right, 115 wins for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Wow. Look at that. They added Jose Abreu. And that's right, Zach McKinstry's an animal in this playthrough. So you just add more and more and more. That's quite a team they have there in Los Angeles. So, all right, let's look quickly at the league leaders. Where am I going? Stats. And then we'll move on to the postseason. And I think we're going to do postseason and offseason in this episode just because I feel like it. So I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go here. So American League batting leaders. Luis Arraez led in hitting. Christian Arroyo finished fourth. Austin Hayes, 51 home runs. Aaron Judge, 120 knocked in. Arraez with a .399 on base percentage. There's Arroyo again. Austin Hayes led the American League in WAR. Byron Buxton finished fifth. And Anthony Rendon, a .983 OPS. Hayes, 621 slugging. 201 hits. 112 runs for Judge. 49 doubles for Jose Ramirez. Duran led in triples with 12. Adalberto Mondesi, 40 stolen bases. Miguel Sano struck out 236 times. Mike Trout, 121 walks. Anthony Rendon, 168 OPS plus. So let's look at the National League. And then we'll do pitching, and then we'll get on to the offseason or postseason. So Alek Thomas, 317 batting average. Cody Bellinger, 56 home runs, 124 knocked in. Juan Soto, 434 on base percentage. Bellinger, 627 slugging, 9.8 WAR for Cody Bellinger. Jose Iglesias, 64 doubles for the Rockies. And when he was a Red Sox farmhand, there was a question as to whether or not he would hit enough to stick in the big leagues, and he's certainly hitting enough. So, Jose Iglesias, 64 doubles for the Colorado Rockies. Fernando Tatis, 13 triples. Average is a little bit light. Expected him to hit higher than that, but 13 triples. Ronald Acuna, 43 stolen bases. Ian Happ struck out 209 times. Juan Soto, 139 walks. Cody Bellinger with a 181 OPS+. National League pitching leaders. Walker Buehler, 2.25 ERA. Edward Segovia, 16 wins to lead the National League. Jimmy Nelson gets to the 20 loss mark for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He finishes 2-20 with a 7.19 ERA. Oof. Kenley Jansen, 42 saves. John Gray, 207 innings pitched for Miami. Walker Buehler, 5.5 WAR. Brandon Woodruff, 225 strikeouts. His teammate Freddie Peralta led the league in walks with 86. 0.97 whip for Blake Snell. Walker Buehler with a 180 ERA plus. Where is saves? Right there. Kenley Jansen, 42 saves. So let's look at the American League. Lucas Giolito, 2.6 ERA, 15 wins. So it looks like he's going to be up there in terms of Cy Young. Teammate Garrett Crochet finishes 5-16 for the White Sox. Ryan Presley, 47 saves. Zach Pop finishes third. Paxton finished second, tied for second with wins. Also tied for third in losses. 208 innings pitched for Giolito. Yeah, this is Giolito's award to win. 15-6 with a 2.60 ERA, 208 strikeouts, 208 innings pitched, 256 strikeouts, 5.9 WAR. Griffin Canning, 1.03 whip, 1.71 ERA plus for Giolito. So there you go. So who are we going to be playing in the postseason? Let's find out. Set my playoff roster. All right, playoff roster. Eligible for the postseason. We got to get Skubal on there. We don't need who? Which pitcher is not going to? So Crow pitched okay, actually. Delaplane. Let's get Skubal back on the roster. What? Is he still... Do I have to do it like this? Do I have to do it like... Okay. You guys are going to make this difficult, aren't you? Alright. Can I do it now? There. Thank you. Alright. Anybody else here that I want that isn't on the... Nope. De Jesus and Delaplane. Nope. 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 Goodrum I want just for the flexibility in case anybody's hurt. And we're going to go to a 4-man rotation for the postseason. We're going to go Paxton, Mize, Skubal, and Ray. Bullpen's going to get changed up a little bit. We're going to make Cleonel Perez a stopper. Bring him in 7th inning or later. Zach Pop is going to be our closer, coming in 8th plus. Junior Fernandez is a setup man, 6th or later. Mahoney will be 7th or later. Yep, I'm good with that. All right, so who are we playing? We don't know yet because we got to get through the wild card. So let's get through the wild card games, and then we'll see who we're playing. We'll take a look at their roster before that starts. Great. Brett DeGauss is eligible to come off the DL. Let's just send him to Triple A. Let's keep simming ahead. So we make the playoffs in our third season. We're taking on Toronto Blue Jays. We make the playoffs in our third season. So let's look at the American League East champion Blue Jays. Not a very good pitching staff, decent hitting, and I will be back in just a second, guys. Sorry about that. My office is above our garage, and when somebody opens up the garage below me, you can hear it. So I felt like pausing until that was done. So the Blue Jays win the AL East. Not a great pitching staff, and they've suffered quite a few injuries. Their top starter, Ryu, is out. He's been out for most of the season. Anthony Kay, another one of their starters, is out for a while. Oh man, look at all these injuries. They're going to be without Springer. They're going to be without Vlad Jr., Rowdy Tellez. Yeah, that's. I thought I had it bad. This team is absolutely slammed with injuries right now. Still good offense, though. Kevin Biggio, Richard Urena, Bo Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, Lourdes Gurriel, Jordan Groshans, Springer. I guess he'll be back tomorrow. Danny Jansen, and then Tyler White's going to get the start because they're on their third first baseman. So, yeah, still got plenty of offense. Not a lot of pitching, so it should be a high-scoring affair. Let's make sure our pitching staff is set the way we want it. We want Paxton going in Game 1. We are all set there. So let's get to some postseason baseball. All right, so let's sim Game 1. Nate Pearson and James Paxton. And we take a 1-0 series lead with a 2-0 win. James Paxton goes 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, strikes out 5. Cleonel Perez comes in and does exactly what a stopper is supposed to do. 3 innings of 1-hit baseball to pick up the save. Buxton with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning. So we are up 1-0. Game 2, Trevor Rogers against Casey Mize. And we are up 2-0. We get home runs from Torkelson, Franco, and Bogarts. So our trade deadline acquisitions getting it done for us here in Game 2. Bogarts goes 3 for 5. Torkelson 2 for 4 with a home run. Mikael Franco 4 for 4 with a double and a home run. Bogarts also with a double and a home run. Casey Mize 7 innings. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Was very, very good. And we take a commanding 2-0 series lead. Can we sweep the Toronto Blue Jays here in the American League Division Series? We got Tariq Skubal going against Patrick Murphy for them. And we do. We sweep the Blue Jays 3-0. We win 8-4. Riley, Franco, and Springer. Mikael Franco wins the series MVP. So that trade paying dividends here in the postseason for us. We were up 7-0 before Toronto even batted an eye. Skubal in his first start in about a month goes 4 1/3, gives up 2 hits, walks 3. Vest came in, pitched a couple innings, has struck out all 4 batters he faced. Mikael Franco, way to go. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, goes 5 for 12 in the first round. Who are we going to be playing? Let's see. All right, let's go to playoff coverage. So either the Angels or the Orioles in the ALCS. They're tied at 2. They're going to go to full 5 games. So we're going to be taking on Mike Trout and the Los Angeles Angels. Let's look at them real quick. So the Angels went 96-66, best record in the American League, second best record in baseball. So we will certainly be the underdogs here. They are good across the board. They have good starters, good bullpen, good offense. Offensively, obviously, they're led by Trout and Anthony Rendon. Jared Walsh, 37 home runs. Shohei Ohtani struggling with the bat a little bit this year, only hitting 229, but that is a good lineup. Led the American League in runs scored. We're third in runs against. Griffin Canning put up a 1.03 WHIP, which was good which was the best in the American League. So they are going to be a challenge. Trout only hit 226 this year, 40 home runs, 106 knocked in. That's a bit of a surprise. All right, taking on the Angels in the ALCS. It's going to be Paxton versus Canning in Game 1. Paxton went 8 shutout innings in Game 1 of the ALDS. What happens here? We lose 1-0. We lose 4-2 and drop Game 1. So we are down 1-0. Paxton went 5 1/3. Didn't pitch badly. 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Perez picks up the loss. Gave up 2 runs in an inning and a third. Adalberto Mondesi homered off of Paxton. All right, so we're down 1-0. Game 2, Casey Mize, Zach Godley. And we tie the series at 1 as we come back and beat the Angels 4-2. Torkelson homers for us, Ohtani for them. Casey Mize, 5 2/3, 1 run. Zach Pop picks up the save. Torkelson with his second home run of the postseason. 2 RBIs for Buxton. I'll take it. We get a split in Los Angeles. We're moving on to Game 3 in Detroit. Shohei Ohtani against Andrew Heaney versus Tariq Skubal. And we now trail 2-1 as they beat us 7-3. Tommy Pham with a home run for the Angels. For us, Arroyo, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Skubal had a tough one, 4 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 5 hits. Bullpen struggled a bit. Lang was good, but Perez and Vest had a rough go of it. So we're down 2-1. So we give home field advantage back to the Angels. So we move on now to Game 4 as we look to tie the series here at 2. And we're able to as we hammer the Angels 11-0. Robbie Ray picks up the win. Michael Brantley homers, and we've tied the series at 2. Brantley, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Xander Bogaerts, 2 for 4. Torkelson, 2 RBIs. Buxton has 2 hits. Arroyo with 2 more hits. Robbie Ray goes 6 1/3 shutout inning, striking out 13. We struck out 18 Angels in this game. 18 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Nice. All right, so Game 5. Can we take Game 5? And we can. We win Game 5 by the final score of 3-2. 3-2, and we take a 3-2 series lead. So they tied it in the top of the 9th. We scored a run in the bottom of the 9th to win it. What happened in the 9th? Let's go to the game log. So they scored in the top of the 9th on a single and a double and a walk to Zach Veen. And then in the bottom of the 9th, we get a strikeout. Arroyo grounds out, so 2 outs, nobody on. And we get a double from Goodrum and a double from Meadows. So a walk to Goodrum and a double to Meadows. So excellent. So we are 1 game away from the World Series. Who would have thunk it? And it's going to be Casey Mize against Zach Godley in Game 6. Series is tied at 3, so we get beat pretty badly, 11-2. Marsh, Pham, Mondesi homer for them. Torkelson homers for us. It's our bullpen again. Cleonel Perez struggling to the tune of 4 walks and 5 runs. He's exhausted. We're going to have to change... Let's just change him to middle relief for now. I think we'll go like that. He's had a difficult postseason, to say the least. So it is going to be Game 7 for a trip to the World Series. It's going to be Andrew Heaney, I think. Oh, we lose. Oh, we lost. Oops. Okay, I clicked the button by mistake. And these last two games were tough. Outscored 23-5 in the final two games. Shohei Ohtani with a couple of home runs. And our season comes to an end here as we lose Game 7, 12-3 in Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani hit a couple of home runs, drove in 6, had 13 RBIs in the postseason, and we drop Game 7. So we move to the American League Championship Series in just our third year, where we lose to the Angels. So we'll go ahead and sim the Angels and Dodgers World Series, and then we'll get to the offseason. All right, our season is over, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series here in 2023. I wanted to go here. Playoff tree. They beat the Angels in 6. So, yeah, all things considered, this isn't a surprise. I mean, the Dodgers won 115 games or whatever. But yeah, good season for us. 92-70. We advance to the ALCS where we lose in 7 games. So it's time for the offseason. So let's see what decisions we have to make right off the bat. All right, so let's see. So we have to make decisions on Brantley and Paxton. So we are going to void Michael Brantley's contract. I think he had a good year for us, but I don't want to say we can do better. I think we can probably do cheaper. And then James Paxton's an interesting one. His numbers have started to slip. He was 13-13. He only pitched like 4, almost not just over 5. No, I don't even know if that's 5 innings a start. It's not even 5 innings a start. I think we may void. I think we're going to void. So it's new budget, team payroll of about $100 million. So we're going to have some money to spend this year, which is nice. Let's bump this up to 19. Hopefully the season we're coming off of, people will be interested in coming out to the ballpark. Trainer is leaving, which is fine. Elijah Green is the number 4 prospect in baseball. Where do we stand from a prospect perspective? Still the top prospect haul in the league. Zarate is 14th, Myers 26, Collier, our first-round pick this year, is 32, and he only hit 150 this year, so he's got some work to do in the minors. And Saldana, who was our international signing this year, is in the top 50 as well. So we still have the best minor league system, which is nice. So let's go right to arbitration. So what does Paxton want? So I think it makes sense to offer him the qualifying offer. I can't imagine that he's going to take the qualifying offer. I mean, at $8 million, I don't know. This is a risk because if he accepts it, that's going to eat up a lot of our money. If he does, it makes me think that I should have kept him for $8 million, but we'll see. At any rate, so Casey Mize wants $1 million, so we'll offer him $975. And again, I always offer everybody that I want to bring back a contract because if they accept it and they're fan favorites, you get the fan interest bump, which for a team like us, every bit that we can bump that fan interest, the better. Because right now we are at 57 with a poor fan loyalty and a small market size. So we need to, I'm not sure how the market size in Detroit is small. It's one of the largest markets in the nation, but had a conversation with somebody about that in chat, actually, or in the comments below, actually. So he's right, but it is what it is, so we'll just play through it. Matt Foster wants $1 million, so we offer him $975. And also, this saves us a little bit of money, right? Saving a little bit of money here and there is never a bad thing. It's money you can use elsewhere. Cleonel Perez at 1.5, so we'll offer him that. That's $14 million. We'll offer him one. Ooh, okay. 1,400,000. Zach Pop wants almost 1.6, so we'll offer him 1.5. Same deal with Will Vest. Oops, it's not where I wanted to go. And now we get into the ones that are a little bit more iffy, like Nico Goodrum at 2.6. I mean, he's got a ton of value defensively, but I don't know that, and he's a captain. And then we got Riley at $6.5 million. That's a lot of money for somebody who's legit an average offensive and defensive player. Problem is we don't have anybody to come in and take his spot. We don't really have a third baseman that's ready. I mean, we have our draft pick from this year, but we don't really have anybody who's ready to come in. Yeah, we don't really have... So outfield-wise, we're going to go with Meadows, Torkelson, Buxton, and we'll probably call up Ciani as our fourth outfielder. If we need a fifth, we've got Drew Waters, but we'll go probably with Ciani. On the infield, I guess I could play Welker. I don't want to just let Riley go, though. I think I'm going to sign him, and then we'll see what free agency brings. I mean, I can always stick Colton Welker at third if I need to, but infield, we're going to go, I think it's Franco. Yeah, his contract is up as well. So the infield right now is going to be Arroyo at second and Meyer at short. So we're going to, and then Riley and Welker kind of splitting time between third and first. So our infield is a bit weak, I think, but we can make some adjustments. So he wants 6.5. He wants long term. I'm not sure if I want to give him long term. He wants 7. I'll give him 4 as long as those last 2 years can be team options. So 6, 7, 9, 9. Okay, that's fine. Carson Kelly. He wants 7, but he only wants the ARB number, so that's fine. So we'll offer him 6, 7. Bring him back for another year. And then Goodrum. What do I want to do with Goodrum? I love the flexibility. I think I'm going to offer him a contract extension. So 2.6, that's going to be 2.5. He can't really hit, but being able to play all those positions as well as he does, there's value in that, along with him being a captain. He has some speed, so we'll just deal with it. All right, so we're going to sim ahead. I'm going to sim ahead to free agency. We'll come back and we'll look at the awards and everything. So I will be back momentarily. All right, we're back. It's free agency. So as you can see, James Paxton did not accept the qualifying offer, so he becomes a free agent. So we can potentially get that first-round comp pick for him. Still a little iffy on whether or not letting him go was the right option. We'll see what's available in free agency, and we'll have to hope that some of our younger players can step up. So let's take a look at Gold Glove winners. So we had Byron Buxton and Parker Meadows both win the Gold Glove in center and right respectively. You can see the rest there. NL Gold Glove winners: May, Real Muto, Abreu, Guillorme, Arenado, Lindor, Happ, Kane, and Mookie Betts. AL top reliever: Cleonel Perez. Not much of a surprise there. He was phenomenal for us in the regular season. Struggled in the postseason, but was phenomenal in the regular season. Devin Williams of the Brewers wins it in the National League. Platinum Stick, or Silver Sluggers, as you were. Christian Arroyo wins it at second. And I think that was it. Yep. NL Platinum Stick, you can see Lambert, Bart, Bohm, Lux, Machado, Lindor, Soto, Bellinger, Acuna. Parker Meadows wins the American League Rookie of the Year. Very nice, beating out Kevin Morrell of the Kansas City Royals. Sean Bouchard of the Rockies wins the National League Rookie of the Year. Brandon Hyde wins the Manager of the Year in the AL. Dave Roberts in the National. Lucas Giolito, as expected, wins the Cy Young Award in the American League. In the National League, Walker Buehler. Austin Hayes of the Baltimore Orioles wins the MVP award. Byron Buxton finished 6th in the AL voting. Cody Bellinger wins the NL Player of the Year. So let's go to free agency. All right, let's take a look at our internationals. See if there's anything of interest there. 24-year-old third base prospect. Yu Liu. Good defensively. He wants a lot of money, but that's something to consider. He already was signed by the Cubs. And regular free agents. If I remember correctly, there wasn't a ton here. But let's take a look. Let's see what we have for spending money and then see what we want to spend it on. A couple of big names up there. So we have $36 million. So anything stand out from a pitching perspective right off the bat? Yeah, Cookie Carrasco wants $25 million. That's what stands out for me. Kyle Hendricks. Jordan Montgomery. Joe Musgrove wants 7. He was bad last year. How did he look at that? This is crazy. What happened is I think he got waived by San Diego at the end of the 2021 season. Got signed by Cleveland, traded to the Cubs, and then signed with the Orioles in the offseason this past year. Let's look at batters. Let's look at offense. I forgot about Jung-Hoo Lee. He shows up in this every once in a while and is an animal. Just absolutely fantastic. We could pick him up, put Torkelson at first base, and solve one of our infield problems. We could pick up both of the international guys, because between the two of them, they would cost less than Machado or Ramirez. So we could go after both Lou and Lee. And we would still have money left over. Well, I want to go after him just because he's a really, really good outfielder. And he only wants 4 years. Let's just do 4 years at 15. Let's see if that's enough to lock him down right off the bat. 4 years at 60, and then very promising future. Above average power potential. He's a good defensive third baseman. Let's offer them both the same contract, 4 at 15. Let's see if... So if we can sign both of those, we'll still be left with about $6 million, which isn't a ton. But if we sign Lou, then we can probably move on from Riley. Because from a pitching perspective, let's see. We got Mize, Skubal, Manning. Colton Mahoney. And can we bring Robbie Ray back? Where is he? He wants 10, so we might be able to bring him back if we can move on from Riley. He only wants $1.5 million. Clevenger only wants 1.4. Davies only. I like Luis Castillo at $1.5 million. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're okay in the bullpen. We got plenty of people in the bullpen. Shohei Ohtani is a free agent. Can't really hit or pitch. He's not the same as Shohei. We might be going a little overboard with the offense here, but I feel like Lee and Lou would lengthen our lineup pretty substantially. Especially if that contact is closer to 40 than it is. Let's see if we can get a scouting report before he comes back. But just the gap power, the home run power, and the iron discipline is a potential 400 on base percentage or 360 on base percentage. So, all right. So I'm going to sim ahead to. God, I don't know if this is the right move here. I don't know if this is the right move. He's good, so good defensively though. And if his ratings are closer to this than they are this, then we've got a superstar. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're just gonna sim ahead a few days, see if we get, see what the scouting report says. If our scouting report is. Let's get another scouting report. See if we can get that up. Because, see, we did that and his contact bumped. And everything bumped. So let's see if we can get another scouting report on him to make me feel a little bit better if he's rated at high. Yeah, see, he's up to 4.5 stars as a yep. His contact is even higher. Everything is even higher. So I'm comfortable with this if he signs with us. So let's keep going. Are we in a position yet where anybody has... Okay, so Castillo favors the offer. Lee and Lou, they're still pending. Something tells me I'm going to get outbid for one, if not both of these players. But that's fine. Let's see, we got $5 million left. Ray wants 8.7. I don't want to pay him for that long, though. So let's just sim ahead. Let's see what happens with these two guys. Let's see what happens with our international imports and see if we can lock them down. All right, so all three players favor our offers. Let's look at some of the major transactions. Dodgers signed Conforto. Angels signed Givens, Machado, and Vince Velasquez. Cubs signed Adalberto Mondesi. Cardinals signed Hendricks. Cubs signed Moustakas. Giants signed Carrasco to a 3-year, $70 million contract. Scherzer signed with the Giants as well. Jose Ramirez signed a 6-year, $240 million contract with the St. Louis Cardinals. Mike Soroka traded to the Phillies. All right, so we still have a little bit of money. We're going to have a lot of money next season just from looking at and I think that's because we have Buxton coming off the books. All right. I'd love to bring in a Jack Flaherty. He's out for another 5 to 6 months. Compensation, but that would only be a third-round pick. We might be able to make it work, but we're going to have to move on from Austin Riley in order to make it happen. So we signed Lou, which was the third baseman. So that means we can now take a look at Austin Riley. And I'm not crazy about moving on from Riley, but Lou is 2 years younger and pretty much better across the board. 30, 68, 78, 70, 44, 75. Yeah, I mean, he's better defensively. He's going to hit for a higher, hit for more power. He's going to get on base more often. So let's see what options are out there for Austin Riley. I'd like to bring in a starting pitcher if we could. I saw Max Fried up there. I wouldn't mind bringing in a starting pitcher. Brendan Little, ground ball pitcher, minimum. I like that right off the bat. I mean, 3 excellent pitches. Victor Reyes, we can bring him back into the fold. Right now I'm thinking Brendan Little. Adrian Hauser's a ground ball pitcher. Or, well, I guess he isn't a ground ball pitcher in this game. In other playthroughs I've done, he's a ground ball pitcher. Max Fried is now with Oakland. Jose Alvarado is really good, but he's signed to an expensive deal, and I'm looking to save some money so that I can spend it elsewhere. All right, so I think that deal with the Cubs is what we're going to make. Pick up Brendan Little. Theo thinks it's a bad deal, but I think it's a good deal. And that gives us more starting pitching depth, and it gets the money off of the books. So we now are up to $10 million, which means Flaherty's probably a pipe dream. Sorry, guys. Again, squeaky chair, leather chair. It's noisy. Yeah, Flaherty wants 17. I mean, I would need to offer 10 in the first year in order to... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's assuming he'll take that. Oh, wow. Okay. That was unexpected. Sure. That was not expected. He's out for 5 months, so we'll get him back in May. He's got normal injury proneness. I mean, he has missed a bunch of time the last 2 seasons. Had torn labrum, torn UCL. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. I mean, it's $76 million for 5 years, so it's not terrible. If we start to notice that the ratings start to tank, we can move on from him relatively quickly. So let's keep going. See if we can sign Lee, lock down our right fielder. I mean, that's less than what Paxton was looking for, and he's a better pitcher than Paxton, if he can stay healthy, of course. All right, so I think we're still... They all favor their offers. So we're not going to have any money left this season, but that's okay. Let's go to the... Actually, we need to go here first to make sure there's nobody that we want to put on the 40-man. We got a few spots left, so Ronnie Garcia will go on there, Nick Quintana... There's nobody else. Is there anybody here that I missed? Cody Clemens? Nope. Okay, let's go to the Rule 5. Let's see what we can pick up here. We have the 26th pick in the Rule 5 draft. Anything of interest, pitching potential? Adam Hill. Seattle organization, 6'6", 215. Decent stuff, decent movement, 3 good pitches. Controls below average. I don't really need any more relievers. Let's look at batters. Stopped here and I went, oh, that's Cody Clemens. He's one of ours. I don't think so. Hudson Head. Can only play center field. I have a center fielder. I've got catchers. Yeah, I don't really think there's no Victor Mesa. His defense isn't great. If his defense was better in the outfield, I might jump. But Rocio, is he still with Cleveland? Yeah. I think we're going to skip the Rule 5 this year, guys. There's nothing here that really... Oh, Aurelvis Martinez. Can't really play shortstop. But he's got quite a good bat on him for a 22-year-old. Good power, anyway. All right, we're going to skip the Rule 5. There's nothing there that really stands out to me. All right, and now I am going to go ahead and sim ahead. Oh, nope, we're going to do Hall of Fame voting, and then I'm going to skip ahead. So, Beltran, yes. Beltre, yes. Cologne, Helton, Torrey Hunter, Andrew Jones. Got 4 left. Manny. Vizquel, Wagner, and 1 more. I'm going to go Mauer. As a catcher, I think Mauer gets in. As a first baseman, he comes up short, so we'll go ahead and put him in there as a catcher. And now I'm going to sim ahead. So we'll go ahead to the preseason, and we'll hopefully be looking at some player signings. And if there are any trades or anything like that, we'll go over those. So hang tight. I'll be back in just a minute. It's Sunday, January 21st, 2024, and I figured I would just go back and we will look at some of the free agent signings. We were able to land the 3 players we went after. So Jack Flaherty is coming to Detroit on a 5-year deal worth $76 million, $10 million this year, $15 next year, and then 3 years at $17. He's 28 years old. Hopefully let's get a scouting report to get a bit better information. Hopefully his injury proneness stays normal. Because if he can keep these ratings through year 4 of his contract or even year 3 of his contract, I will take it. I won't hesitate to move on from him if the numbers start to slip, though. Even within year 1, I won't even hesitate. So he'll be out for the next 4 or 5 months. We'll get him back in May, so we'll get him for most of this season. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that Jack Flaherty is able to come back from this torn UCL from Tommy John surgery, and he'll be successful at the top of our rotation. We also signed Luis Castillo to that 1-year, $1.4 million contract. He'll probably start. He's 2 years removed from a 17-win season. He had 231 strikeouts 2 years ago. So, ground ball pitcher. He will probably start in the starting rotation, and then we'll see how he does, and then we'll make a decision once Flaherty is back. We did also sign Jung-Hoo Lee, so he will be our starting right fielder and probably number 3 hitter. Look at those numbers in the KBO last season. 25 home runs, 113 runs knocked in, 28 stolen bases, 203 hits, a 10.19 OPS, and he is our new starting right fielder. We talked about Lou, so he's our starting third baseman now. So we're going to do something like this. First base, right field, put Meadows in left. Make Welker, the designated hitter, and then Marcelo Meyer will get his shot at short. And if he doesn't succeed, then we got Brigman there to back him up. So, yeah, our lineup is pretty much set. Our pitching staff is pretty much set. There are a lot of question marks because, we've still got a very young staff. Skubal is looking to take that leap here in his third season, or I guess his fourth season with us. Casey Mize coming off just a dreadful season record-wise. Matt Manning needs to stay healthy. Oh, he's down to 35 stamina. Oh, man, he's becoming a reliever before our eyes. Colton Mahoney, extreme ground ball. We like to see that. So, all right, so that is... Oh, I wanted to look at some of the major transactions. So let's just go through. We talked about Flaherty, obviously. Clevenger signed with the Dodgers. Brantley signed with the Cubs, 1 year, $11 million. Colin McHugh, 1 year, $7.8 with the Astros, goes back to Houston. Jordan Montgomery signed a 4-year deal with the Braves. Xander Bogaerts re-signed with the Red Sox, so I'm trying to find that deal because it was substantial. It was like $111 million or something. Braves signed Miguel Sano to a 7-year, $110 million contract. Taijuan Walker goes to the Yankees. Right here, Xander Bogaerts, 6 years, $111 million contract. We picked up a contract, or we picked up a compensatory second-round pick as, I'm trying to find him, as Morton signed with, or not Morton, Paxton signed with somebody else. So let's go to our mail because it popped up there. Let's go all the way up here. Where was it? Right here. So James Paxton signed a 3-year, $49 million deal with the Twins. So we get a compensatory second-round pick for signing Paxton, and we lose a third for signing Flaherty. So we move up in the draft, and we move from Paxton to Flaherty, which I'm fine with. And I think that was all I wanted to look at in terms of contract signings. Is it Jeffrey Marte? Starling Marte. Mondesi signed with the Cubs. Machado with the Angels, which we talked about. So what does the Angels lineup look like now? A pretty absurd lineup. Marsh, Fletcher, Rendon. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty crazy lineup. All right, so we are pretty much set. So I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead to opening day. We'll set our lineups, we'll set our pitching staffs, and we'll call it an episode. So hang tight, guys. I'll be back again in just a flash. All right, we are just a day or two away from opening day. So let's we got to reset our rosters and get everything set for the season. So I did get a scouting report on Flaherty, and it came back pretty positive. Really good stuff, good movement, good control, 4 good pitches. So I'm confident that when he comes back, he'll come back at full bore, and he will be, as long as he can stay healthy, he will be our ace. So that works out nicely. I don't think there were no messages. In fact, this goes all the way back. I forgot to delete all of our messages. All right, so let's just get rid of all those. Where do we need to be? So we got 39 players. So we got to send a bunch of people down. Pitching ratings. So, wow, we got a lot of pitchers here. So, Rony Garcia, Joey Cantillo. We have 21 pitchers. We got a lot of bullpen arms, guys. Delaplane and DeJesus will both go down. So Cantillo is going to be We're either going to have to DFA him or trade him. And a 24-year-old left-hander will likely get claimed. So what can we get for him? A lot of names coming up. Anything of real substance, or is it just a lot of players who are identical to him? Nothing that's really standing out. Yeah, there's nothing there. What if we just ask for prospects? Nothing. All right, so I guess we DFA him. All right, so we still have way too many pitchers. How many do we have? We have 17, so we still have to send 4 more pitchers down. So Lothar. Lang. So we're at 15. We still got to send 2 more down. Lambert makes the most sense. And Brendan Little turned out to be pretty damn good. And we got to send 1 more down. It's got to be Will Crow. Can't send Will Crow down. What about Will Vest? Vest was really good last year, though. We just have a ton of bullpen arms. All right, so that's that. So let's clear the pitching staff. And we're going to go Casey Mize is our ace. We're going to go 5-man rotation. Tariq Skubal is our number 2. Our number 3 will be... I think I want to go Brendan Little. We'll see how he does as a starter. Colton Mahoney as our 4. And Luis Castillo as our 5. So it's not a great rotation, but once Flaherty comes back, that improves things significantly. We're going to make Junior Fernandez our closer this year. His ratings are just better than Pop. Pop's control isn't quite as good. But we will make Pop and Perez our setup guys. Or, yeah, Pop and Perez. Manning, we moved Matt Manning into the bullpen. Of course, his stamina is up now, so maybe we move him back into the rotation. Yeah, I mean his stamina was down to like a 32 or something in the preseason. So or in spring training rather. So we'll make Little long relief, emergency starting pitcher. Hess will be middle relief. Foster will be middle relief, and Crow will be long relief, and DeGauss will be middle relief. And we will use Hess more often, and we'll bring Perez 7th or later. Sure, that works. All right, so where do we stand for batters? 30 once we got to send 6 players down. So Packard, Quintana, Cameron, Waters, Fletcher. I think we're still going to have to send one person down. Oh, we can't send Drew Waters down, and that means he's probably going to get claimed. Is anybody interested in Drew Waters? Not particularly. Apparently we traded. Was he in the deal for Waters? Was he part of that trade? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. I think we DFA. Drew Waters. I think we have enough. I want to leave Siani out there as our So, okay, so we're good. That's where we need to be. I want to leave Siani as our backup outfielder because he can just play. He'll be able to play all three positions. So we need to reset our lineups. Let's clear lineups, clear depth charts. Let's look at batting ratings. And let's set this lineup. So Torkelson is our number 4 hitter. Jung-Hoo Lee will be our 3 hitter. I kind of want to make Lou my leadoff hitter just because of his eye, but I'm not going to do that. Parker Meadows will bat leadoff. Who's going to bat second against righties? No, it's fine. We'll bat him. No, we're going to bat. Where is Buxton? Let's put Buxton in the 2 hole. Do we want to bat Buxton in the 2 hole? Can you look at I don't think you can look at how he hit in each spot in the batting order. That would be really cool to look at. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to bat him there. We're going to bat Buxton 5th. No, we're going to bat Christian Arroyo 2nd. Hopefully Arroyo can have a similar season to the one he had last year. Lou will bat 6th as our 3rd baseman. Colton Welker will bat 7th as our designated hitter. Carson Kelly will be our catcher and bat 8th. And Marcelo Meyer will play short and bat 9th. So they want to play Goodrum every 3rd game. I don't really want to do that. I want to get Siani some time in the outfield as well and left field as well. I certainly don't want Brigman as my DH every 6th game. If they want to bring in Goodrum as the DH every 6th game, that's fine, but Siani's bat isn't good enough. So let's copy this and let's paste it against righties. We got to remove Welker. Go Kelly and Meyer. Generate depth charts. That's fine, I guess. So against lefties, we'll paste the lineup. What changes do I want to make here? So I want to put... I don't think Meyer's bat is good enough against lefties. Yeah, and it's not terrible, but it's not good enough. So I think we're going to go Brigman against lefties for the time being, and then everything else will stay. I don't want him batting leadoff against lefties. Who do I want batting leadoff against lefties? Do we go Colton Welker and let's do something funky like this? Sure, that works. It's an unusual lineup, but I can get down with that. I don't want Ali Sanchez as my backup designated hitter either. I want to do that. So let's copy that lineup. Let's paste. Let's get rid of the designated hitter. We'll bat Arroyo leadoff. I think we're going to do that. That'll be fun. That will be fun to bat Lou lead off against lefties with that power. Cool. All right. So we are set. We have no money. We have a little bit of money for next year, but we have holes going into next season. We're going to need to replace Carson Kelly. We aren't going to need to replace Byron Buxton. I think we just move Parker Meadows to center. Look how good he is defensively. I think we just move Parker Meadows to center, and then we can put Torkelson back in the outfield or something like that. So I'm not really worried about replacing Buxton. Hopefully Jack Flaherty can come in and be that starter we need him to be. We have 2 really young Are they both Korean? Yeah, they're both South Korean, I think. Two really young Taiwanese. So Lou is Taiwanese. So we have two international imports that are really young and locked up long term to reasonable contracts. And that's really it. Next year things are going to start to get a little more expensive. You can see Pop wants almost is looking for almost 8. Skubal for 4. Torkelson's going to start to. He's looking for 5. Welker's at 5. So things are going to start to get a little more expensive next season. But I think we're in good shape. Let's go ahead to opening day. Seattle claimed Drew Waters. That's not a surprise. Generate the prediction. Torkelson had a really nice spring. 353, 9 home runs, 17 RBIs. Led the American League in almost everything. Come on. It's generating all the season predictions for all the international, or not international, but independent leagues. So Houston claimed Joey Cantillo. Seattle claimed Drew Waters. That was fine. Top prospects, so we have 1 and 6. So signing Lou was the right move, as he's now the top prospect in baseball. Elijah Green still sitting at 4.5 stars. He's going to start the season in A-ball. Let's look at our pipeline and make sure everybody is set where we want them. Myers, the big Zarate, still in the minors, or in the international complex. Collier is still in rookie ball. That's fine. Will Sanders will start in A-ball. No, he's going to start in double-A ball. Saldana's still in the international complex. Santana. Braylon Bishop is in A-ball. He'll start there. I think that's about it. Mako's fine where he is. Kai Caranto, I think, is probably fine where he is still. Yep. Cool. So we are set there. Do we still have the top minor league system? We do. We've got 1, 6, 15, 18, and 30. I'm excited to break in Marcelo Meyer in the 9-hole. Looks to be already a really good glove shortstop. If he can just hit enough to make it worth it, we'll be in good shape there. So when we come back, it'll probably be May 1st. I'll sim this first month offline. It'll be May 1st, and we'll go up to July 1st. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know your thoughts on our off-season moves. I'm really excited about Jack Flaherty. We were able to get him super cheap. Especially if he can perform to what he's done in the past. Getting him for what we got him for is nothing. Really excited about our international signings. So let me know what you think of our team moving into year number 4, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.